Well, this is Hippy Sue to the rescue. Chapter 1 of my book, Decisions, Opportunities, or Fate. Remember, it is copywritten. And you've decided to stay in the lodge. Well, that was very nice of you to appease your friend. A smart idea, taking the driveway back, as it seems like the perfect way to get there faster, and it looks a lot less scary, that's for sure. Jordan runs ahead, pushing the front door open, letting it swing freely. You observe the open veranda attached to the lodge. White patio furniture sits just waiting to be used. Willow trees sway freely to and fro. Straight through the front door is found the kitchen, with cupboards, a fridge, sink, smaller table, with 4 chairs but no stove. Instead sits a water cooler with a note attached. Don't drink tap water, it will make you very ill. And meals are served in the mess hall. 7 a.m., noon, and 5 p.m. only. Enjoy your stay. Setting your suitcase down on the kitchen floor, you notice a handful of teens running back and forth down the hallways looking for the perfect room to call their own for a week. Right in front of you lies a massive living room with 2 couches, 2 lazy-boy chairs, a coffee table, and 2 oversized end tables, which all includes a table and radio for all to use. A winding staircase meets in the center of the kitchen floor, facing the living room, with the hallways running north and south. A total of 16 rooms occupy each level, with 2 very large swinging doors leading to a community washroom and showers area located at the north end of each hall. Jordan nabs your suitcase and hers, running up the winding staircase. Come on, let's pick out a room upstairs. You follow without a thought. She turns left at the top of the stairs, aiming for the farthest door possible. Oh, look at this, it's empty. Inside. Once inside, you see, oh hey, Jordan, it looks like we get our own rooms here. These are pretty small. They're maybe 10 feet by 10 feet, if that, containing one single bed, one smaller dresser, with a second door directly across from the hallway door. Jordan heads straight for the backpack that sits on the dresser, digging out a flashlight, a map, a hand towel, and a bottle of water. Wow, Jordan, I'm gonna take this room right next to yours. You grab your suitcase and head directly for the backpack to get your own flashlight, map, hand towel, and water bottle. When opening the map, first thing that strikes your attention is a section about a golden key. It reads, "Golden key can only be used once and will evaporate if not used within 2 hours. It opens only one door on these grounds, a secret door, one that will take you to places you have never encountered before. If at all, at any time during your stay, you find this key, I suggest you use it immediately. Hint, you must work with nature to find a golden key, and there will only be 3. Good luck. Don't forget, following clues on your journey will help you along your way." Next, you notice a booklet on the dresser. Standing there, you read it aloud to yourself. Complete fertilities were once supplied by this hospital at no cost. Bed rest, healthy food, fresh air, and excessive relaxation were believed to have given the only comfort possible for those who lived with and died from tuberculosis. An aroma fills the air, reminding you of your grandma's face powder. You grab your map and plop yourself on the bed, looking at symbols marking appropriate areas as haunted. Noticing right behind your room is a symbol. Does this symbol represent a haunted area? Are you staying in a haunted room after all? You run to the door, heading for the deck, hoping to find something, like maybe a ghost. But all you see is another girl close to your own age. She smiles at you and motions with her hand for you to follow her. You walk closer. Hi, what's your name? The girl doesn't speak. Rather, she only continues to motion with her hand for you to continue following her down onto a footpath. You slowly walk closer to the girl, realizing she's dressed in an old-fashioned white gown and has bare feet. Oh, wow. Is she a real ghost? Where did she really come from? Let me see her. Dressed in old white hospital gown with bare feet hovering in midair instead of standing on the ground. Well, that's exactly what you have always imagined a ghost to look like. Either way, she is standing right there in front of you, thinking to yourself, oh, I must go and get Jordan right now. Half a second is all it takes for you to dart back into your room and head straight for the main door of the hallway. Grabbing the doorknob, you quickly glance back at the girl when you can feel the doorknob turning in your hand. Oh my god, in mid-jump your heart hits the floor and the door quietly creaks open. Oh. Hey, are you ready to go for supper? Oh, ye crap, Jordan, you scared me half to death. I thought you said these lodges were not haunted. Well, as far as I know, they aren't. Why? Why? What do you mean, why? Well, okay, see, there's a ghost outside of my room right here. She's like around our age and wants me to follow her. Yeah, right. Serious, Jordan, I saw her. Should we follow her? Jordan stands there, pale face at the door. No way I'm going for supper. Are you coming with me? What do you do now? You know Jordan is not going with you. Plus, you're still somewhat scared about meeting the girl by yourself. Should you take a chance following a possible ghost? Should you play it safe and just go for supper with Jordan? If you decided to go for supper with Jordan, continue reading on. If you decided to follow the girl, turn to chapter number 4. Well, going for supper before following a possible ghost is always a great idea. As you and Jordan make your way down your driveway, you notice it's only 4 p.m. With an hour to spare before lunch, you have decided to stop at the recreational center just to check it out. Entering from the east door, first thing you notice are free pinball machines, pool tables, shuffleboard tables, and even an assortment of couches, chairs, and stools to recline in while watching TV. Also a piano with assortment of other instruments to indulge in. Most unique thing is while playing a game of pool, you notice each door has a large note attached to it. South door reads, Welcome to our village. North door reads, Shortcut to the mess hall. East door reads, Follow a footpath. Last but not least, West door reads, Want to have a bonfire? What do you do now? Take a shortcut to the mess hall? Time's running out. Or do you let curiosity get the best of you by picking another door? If you choose the mess hall, continue reading on. You prefer the village, turn to chapter 7. Want to follow a footpath from the driveway, turn to chapter number 5. And maybe you prefer to try out the bonfire area instead, turn to chapter number 8. Mess hall it is. Boom! Door slams behind you, nothing but darkness ahead. Jordan, where are you? Feeling fingertips, ears touching your sleeve, searching for your arm. You hear, I'm right here. Startling relief swarms over your entire body instantly. Reaching sideways with both arms extended, you're able to touch the walls on either side, feeling your way along. Oops, just as your foot hits the incline, both walls in, causing you to land directly on your buttocks. Ugh! Jordan right on top of you. Ugh! Scrambling to your feet, you notice the door swinging wide open just ahead. Jordan climbs over you, running for the front open door. Half crawling, half running, you shove Jordan through the door, tumbling on through after, all the while laughing while helping each other up the floor. Oh my gosh, Jordan, did we really just do that? Yeah, Jordan just keeps laughing arm in arm. You follow the arrows down the extremely long hallway leading through parts of the main kitchen. You continue following arrows, coming to yet another door. When passing through this door, you find yourself in the main foyer of the hospital. 12-foot hand-carved oak doors stretching proudly in front of you. Walking closer to the front doors, you notice a sign attached to the old hospital door stating, "Do not enter restricted area." To your left is a set of oak dual winding staircase, also hand-carved with native symbols. Jordan grabs your arm, stating, "Ah, look, let's check this room." She points to your right. Oh dear, I better go and check on my girl, maybe. She's getting a little boisterous in the background here. See, I told you she likes to talk. But she's not growling, she's just having a conversation. She must be talking to like a squirrel or a cat in the neighborhood, maybe. You follow without a fight, walking directly into a lineup for supper. The mess hall is huge. It fits hundreds of people. The buffet is set up with massive amounts of food to choose from. You and Jordan grab your food and head to the table. You notice there's a lot more students there than just your school. Excitement rises just thinking about how much fun you're going to have while camping for the week. A man enters the mess hall. Attention, please. I would like to welcome you all to an opportunity to listen to stories of what this TB clinic was used for and who built it. Plus, tonight we have the chance to take a ghost tour. He leaves as fast as he arrived. You and Jordan discuss which option you should or would like to attend for the evening. So, if you want to listen to the stories, continue reading on. If you want to check out the ghost tour, turn to chapter number 21. An older, heavy-set lady enters the mess hall just as you are finishing supper. Attention all, my name is Samantha. Can I have 15 students follow me, please? Ushering yourself, Jordan, and others into the meeting room next to the mess hall, she advises us all to have a seat. I shall return in 2 minutes. Walking out of the room, you're all waiting patiently when all of a sudden the lights go out. Samantha reappears in front of a podium, beginning her stories with only one light beaming directly on her. This conference center was once a hospital. Not like any other, though. Rather, it was built for people who suffered from a deadly disease, tuberculosis. In the early 1900s, tuberculosis loomed over Canada, taking thousands of lives with it. There was no cure for tuberculosis at the time, but was believed that TB patients needed healthy food, sunlight, fresh air, and complete relaxation. Tens of thousands of people a year came down with this disease right up until the 1970s, and thousands died here. Each patient carried a different level of TB throughout, therefore had stayed in different parts of the hospital, lodges and cabins located on the ground. As patients became sicker, they were moved to the main hospital, taking away their day passes so they inhabited them from seeing family and friends. For many years, doctors believed their disease to be genetic, moving entire families here if any became sick. Sometimes parents and children had to be separated, mothers and their babies never seeing each other. This was a way to contain the breakout and lessen their suffering. All sit in silence. Many questions run through your mind. She continues. The land was self-contained and donated by a doctor. It had a powerhouse run by a windmill to provide power for a fire hall, a dance hall, a school, a church, a hospital, the nurses' homes, and the doctor's house on the hill. There were stables, pig pens, chicken coops, and over 5 acres of vegetable and fruit gardens. A village was built directly behind us. She points south. Many houses were built for both employees, patients, and their families alike. There were no crematoriums, but there was a morgue. Excuse me, ma'am. You make it sound like they had no choice but to live here. That is correct. Exactly. Only doctors had Once doctors had an understanding that TB was a deadly disease, many people arrived here from all over Canada by train and horse-drawn carriages to be isolated from society. Not only was this the only hospital capable of caring for TB patients, but there was never a cost. Some people who stayed at the hospital received relief from poverty and hardship, even war. Others, they lived with suffering and loss. Once doctors understood this deadly disease was airborne, nobody was allowed to leave. By the 1970s, only those who did not carry TB was allowed to come and go freely. She walks away from the podium, continuing. I think worst of all was the first poor caretaker's life. He lived and worked alone, day and night. When things got really bad, he spent his days gathering dead bodies, piling them in a cool crawl space underneath this very main hospital area, burying them at night, with a glimpse of hope that maybe it would curb the deadly disease with no avail. On a good note, the next caretaker was able to spend time with those patients who were recovering from the disease as well. He would make hot chocolate and toast for young kids who couldn't sleep at night, missing their mums and all. Jordan asks. Excuse me, ma'am, who lived in the house way over there on the hill? She points east through a window. In a snap, the lady the CEO, or highest doctor, and his family lived in that house last. His family passed away before him from TB. They say he still haunts that house to this day. Another girl you don't know asks, are there any other haunted places here? With a smile, she answers, oh yes, many different ones. They say a mother wanders the village looking for her daughter. Another lady wanders the hallway locking people in a single bathroom because they won't tell her where her baby is. Plus, they say the first caretaker still wanders the halls checking for dead bodies and moving them down underneath the hospital. Oh yes, there's also Nurse Jan. I have seen her. She just carries on doing her job, never noticing that you are even there. Before another question can be asked, she states, don't forget to enjoy the bonfire tonight. We even supply marshmallows and hot dogs for y'all. Lights go off, back on. She's gone. Motion to Jordan to follow. Outside you go, heading for the path leading to the doctor's house. So Jordan, should we go check out that doctor's house on the hill you were asking about? Jordan points down the driveway. Where do you think that path goes? What do you do now? Check out the haunted doctor's house or check out the second path? Or go back to the lodge and check out the possible ghost? If you decided to follow the path, continue reading on. If you decided to check out the doctor's house, turn to chapter number 16. If you decided to go back to the lodge, turn to chapter number 17. You and Jordan make your way down the overgrown dirt path circling around the north side of the hospital. It's almost like a forest from all the different trees and foliage. Such a beautiful sight. Isn't it just gorgeous here, Jordan? Look at these trees. It's amazing how they've grown sideways to avoid growing into the hospital like a bonsai tree. You jump up on the trunk of this massive oak tree, walking next to Jordan while she stays on the ground. It's growing sideways for a good 8 feet before going straight back up to the skies again. Jumping off at that point, laughing, you land next to Jordan. In the distance. It's a fence with a gate. It's waiting to be opened. A well-weathered, worn sign hangs next to the gate stating, welcome to the village. Those with a pass only, please. Wow, imagine that, Jordan. You must have to have a pass to get into the village. Pretty sad once seeing it in person, eh? Imagine wanting to see your family or friends and you can't because you don't have a pass. Wow, Jordan responds, I just can't imagine living this way at all. It sure is a beautiful place, though. Just as you approach the gate, you notice a woman dressed in an old white hospital gown floating to your left. She looks very sad and confused, tossing her head back and forth, yelling out for someone named Alice. Down another overgrown path leading past a couple of old, dilapidated buildings, heads right for the back door of the building with an arrow sign reading, Recreational Room This Way. Once stepping on the path, things change. Whoa, wow, Jordan, can you see them? A young girl also is seen floating down the same path in the opposite direction. Yeah, I see them. It's getting nuts. Who are they? Where'd they come from? Why are they here? Well, that's pretty good questions there, Jordan. I think best question is, where are they going? Ahead of you is yet another overgrown path leading to yet another gate no longer attached to a fence. Rather, the left side is still staked to the ground and it has caused the right side to lean back, twisting freely with the wind, almost touching the ground as on the left side. You ask, wow, Jordan, which way should we go? Hard decision, yet that overgrown path looks pretty exciting. If you want to follow the next overgrown path, continue reading on. If you want to enter the village, turn to chapter number 7. You and Jordan walk swiftly around the broken gate, right into being greeted with an essence of calmness, peace, and tranquility. A native man sits cross-legged on the ground, sprinkling herbs on a small fire in front of him. As if second nature, you both sit cross-legged opposite him, also in front of the fire. He explains. When I was a young boy, my father, chief of my tribe, made peace with the white man doctor to find healing for all those sick and dying. We gave him land to build his hospital grounds, and we shared our knowledge of herbs and healing, giving allowance for him to give refuge to any person who needed it. While sitting there listening, observing the warm sun beating down, warming all it touches, with the beautiful sight of a massive hill carved into over 10 different caves. You notice others have joined the circle around the crackling fire. Jordan sits still quietly next to you, completely engaged in his knowledge. He continues, these caves behind me once carried massive rocks with rushing waters from our lakes that ran this windmill. He points to his left. There sits an old, weather-worn wooden windmill. This old windmill was once used for watering gardens and livestock, as well as power for their power plant. The white man has a hard time going without power, so their power plant was used to run everything that needed power. As time has passed, these caves have formed inside the massive rocks, giving home to Indian Rugu spirits. These Indian spirits are also called Indian animal spirits, especially coyotes. Some have witnessed these ancient Indians change into animals. Others have only seen the red or green eyes in the darkness. They are believed to be evil spirits who will growl and chase you from the caves. He then shares, be advised, if you are able to find your way through these caves, a blessed reward shall follow. If you are willing to take this challenge, I will need to smudge you from with some sage. Oh, yes, instantly. You are, I'm interested, and so is she, pointing at Jordan, saying, right? Jordan responds, yeah, okay, sure. I would love to go. The Indian man explains as he smudges us, I am burning sage for purity and safety. You will need to use your hands. The elder shows you how to scoop smoke and rub it over your own aura. Good, now you two shall have a safe journey. You and Jordan slowly and carefully half crawl and half climb your way through rocks and dirt, going up the side of the hills made from massive sandstone rocks. Waters have rushed their ways through these rocks over so many years. Caves have eroded their way through the most massive ones closest to the top of the hill. The first cave you have encountered is so huge you can stand upright inside it. Hey Jordan, come check this one out. It's huge. You could live in here. She comes walking in the cave. Wow, look at this rock. It's like being in a shell of a huge egg, just much thicker of a shell. She uses her arms to show how thick the shell of the rock is, measuring it from her fingertips to the top of her elbow. With a laugh in your voice, yeah, it's a good comparison there, Jordan. We should probably keep moving up higher to those more massive rocks before the Rugus come out and chase us out of here. The two of you continue on your way up the side of the hill until you reach the top cave. It is massive. You can't even touch the rock above your head. Hey, Jordan, look at this one. It's like someone's been living here, staying here for a while. You're pointing at what looks like an old burnt out campfire. Wow, look at that. Looks like the water's made places for someone to sit or even sleep. And over here, look what it did here. Jordan points to a large hole that resembles a window. You begin to smell the sweet aroma of sage wafting in from another cave. Jordan, can you smell that? Yeah, if you're meaning the sage, yeah, sure, I can. Why? I think we better get moving before we meet the spirits that turn into ragoos. Wouldn't you agree? Oh, yeah, great idea. Let's move on out of here. The instant you leave the cave, you see them. There they are, three spirits standing inside another cave, dancing around a fire. Jordan, can you see them? Yeah, I wasn't sure, but now I am. We better run, like now. I don't know, I think we should stay and see if they can change into ragoos. That would be just amazing to witness. Well, I don't know if I want to stay. Oh my goodness, I see them, all six of those. Can you see them? They're red and green eyes, all six of them. You stand there watching as the eyes seem to come closer to you both. You try to move, but you can't. You try to yell out, Jordan, but you can't. You are frozen in place. Then you hear them, a deep, unfriendly growl getting closer and closer. Finally, you can speak. Jordan, let's get out of here. I see the dirt path over there. Let's go. Run, hurry, quick. You run as fast as possible. And down you go, down the hills of rocks, stones, and dirt, coming to the dirt path. Jordan is right there behind you. Out from beneath, by the time she reaches you, they're totally out of breath. As you both continue to walk down the dirt path, you cross the large sign hanging, giving entrance to yet another place. Once close enough, you're able to read it. Congratulations, you did it! Okay, this is a little segue from chapter 1, part 1, to inform you to continue reading from here, because you are still on your main chapter. So, congratulations. You want to continue to chapter 1, part 2. So, we'll just call this a little segue. Okay. Carry on. And good luck.